Man. We're not doing that. Alright. So today is a list of existential questions that I've asked myself in the wee hours of the night when I'm trying to go to sleep, when I'm driving along by myself, or... I forgot. And number one, we have, what if we've all lived another life and we continue to live different lives like a video game? We start off easy, which would be, either rich, being really talented, or attractive, something like that. I'm going to use rich as the example for this video because I want to keep saying all that other stuff. So I'm just going to use rich as an example. So we start off rich, and then we die as a rich man, and we become wealthy. Not really rich, but in between like the rich people and the middle class. And then we die as a wealthy man, and we move on to being middle class, being average, pretty much. So we live our life at average, and then we die, we're reborn, and we become, lower class. And then we live our life in lower class, and we die, and then we come back as homeless. And we live these lives, and however we've lived, however we've made it to those points, whatever's caused us to make us to those points, determines how we're going to live in the next life. So, people who are super rich from kind of evil deeds, such as, selling people, like human slave trade, or pirating stuff, or selling illicit items, they have it worse throughout the next few lives. And number two, what if there's another world of people living with us that we just can't see, but they're still here, and when they make different decisions than we make, it causes things to happen, like our socks to go missing, our forks to go missing, or the Mandela effect, or us to hear weird noises and see strange things, such as stuff moving, or it's like an apparition out the side of our eye, and we just brush it all off as ghosts. So what if all ghosts are just another society of people living with us that we just can't see? They go about their normal day because they're seeing the same stuff that we see. They always make the same decisions as we make, except for a very rare occurrence when they don't. I don't know how to work deja vu into this, but I wanted to. Moved on to number three. Now, this is a good one too. What if two people on video chat both mute themselves, but then they both get a glitch to where they cannot unmute until the other person does? How would they get out of that without ending the call? Now, there probably would not actually be a way to do that, obviously. You'd have to end the call. But I've given it some thought. And I came up with this one a few days ago, maybe a week or so ago, and I've given it a lot of thought in that time. I think I might have figured out the answer. What they would have to do is at the exact same time, both have to hit unmute. I'm not sure if that'll work because I have no idea on how to test that. I feel like that would be how they would get out. It seemed logical at the time. It doesn't now. Just keep that one in mind. That's a good conversation starter too. You're just talking to somebody on Tinder or Instagram or Bumble, or hope to God you're not using Meet Me. That's another story for another time. And you just send that message, and there you've got a conversation starter. It's also kind of a paradox, which I love paradoxes. I'm not going to rant about all this for right now. What if life on other planets is not carbon-based, but an element we have yet to discover? And our technology just can't pick it up because we don't know what to look for. Our technology can't pick that up because we don't have that in technology's database to say, okay, yeah, that's Scriptodon, or something like that. So all these entities or extraterrestrial beings are living with being based off this element that we have yet to discover. So when we scan out there, we can't see it because we don't know how to pick it up. So all we see is some kind of blur or something like that. I don't know what they say. I didn't do the research. I'm too lazy to do research. Never ask me to do research on a topic. There's no research done in any of this, so I'm sorry if something comes off weird. can't pick up on that stuff. We can't pick up on Scriptodon or whatever I called it. And we just think that it's just some kind of space rock or something else. But we don't really know that, hey, that's a life form out there that's just walking around, but it's not carbon-based or silicone-based or helium or oxygen or nitrogen. I can name off a lot of different elements on the periodic table, but I'm not going to do that. It's actually just Scriptodon flavored. I mean, not flavored. Oh, God. Did I really just say flavored? I think I really said flavored. I'm not even going to cut that out either. That was pretty funny, I think. Oh, here's a good one. And this is another good conversation starter. Like I said, I didn't do research. I don't even know if this is possible or not. But I think it's pretty cool. Has cheese and meat from the same cow ever gone on the same burger? I don't know what else to talk about this one, other than to tell you I didn't do the research. But that'd be kind of weird, though. I mean, that'd have to be like, what, 1 in a million or something, though? I mean, I don't know. You know, I might be entirely wrong, but I just thought that was pretty cool. And that was something that I came up with, and I texted my friends about it, saying, hey, what if this happened? But yeah, that has to be like, what, 1 in a billion or something? You remember the water cycle, right? Well, I've got a question for you. Since the same water that was here millions of years ago is still on Earth because of the water cycle, could that mean that we've drank the same water before? Because we drink water, it goes to our system and it comes out as urine, and then it gets evaporated back up into the earth, and all the water gets drained out of it when it gets evaporated, and all the minerals just stay there. It rains, it goes into wherever we get our water from, then it goes into our bodies, and it comes out of our bodies, gets evaporated, then rains again. I don't know the rest of the water cycle. I didn't pay attention in school. Like, what I mean is, like, could there be a possibility that the water in this cup is water that I drank when I was 4 years old, when I saw the white figure? I'll talk about the white figure later, too. Stay tuned for that one. Not in this video. Different episode. But yep, I can tell I drank that before. That wasn't funny. I didn't do any research. I'm not Vsauce. Given the water cycle and that living things on Earth consume a whole bunch of water, didn't do research, don't know how much, on a daily basis, could that mean that if all water drinking life on planet Earth, humans, animals, everything else, if it all died, the world would become flooded because there's nothing to absorb the water to hold it for a while. Like we as humans, we've got water always in cups, we've got water always in bottles, we got water in tanks stored, we've got probably billions of gallons of water for us to use in any way we need to. So, with it raining and all that, it would probably flood the Earth. It would. You know, I hate math, so they probably explained this one, but this is a good question. And I asked somebody who took it a little too literal, and he had to explain to me why it wasn't, and I'm like, dude, it was a joke. Now, if you're one of my friends, you've probably seen this one. Why is it that this is pronounced 1/22nd, but this is not pronounced 1 second? It's always pronounced 1/2 or a half, but never 1 second. When clearly that's what it is, because you gotta look. Like, that's 1, and that's second. That'd be 1 second. I don't know. They probably explained that one in math, and I just didn't pay attention. I don't like math. I don't pay attention in math. I didn't pay attention in school. But I don't know. I was out of this world when I thought of that one. That's a joke you're going to have to think about to get. I know there's a lot of science ones in this. Or like outer space ones in this. Well, most of them are science. I just realized that. Most of these are about space, though. Me and my buddy talk about space a lot. A lot of these questions came from that. Anyway, that's not what you're here for. Me to talk about how I made the video. No, you don't care about that. All y'all really care about is the content of the video. Right now, the content is just me rambling because I have nothing to say and I forgot my line. What if there's planets outside of our observable universe that are Earth's past, present, future, or present during different timelines, or even future and past during different timelines. Like, it's 30 years from now if the toilet was never invented. 50 million years ago if life came on Earth the day Earth was created. We just are too far away to find those. They might be billions of light years away. Like, so many light years away that it would take 100 million years to get to them. I don't know how long a light year is. Okay, I got another planet one for you. This kind of goes in with the last one. What if there was civilized life on a planet millions of years before Earth even came about? Before Earth was created, before Earth got able to sustain life and life began. What if there was a planet, or even multiple planets, that had civilized life on them? We just don't know that because it's so long ago that by the time we would have figured this out, everything would be decayed and we wouldn't have any evidence of it. Or it could happen millions of years from now. There could be a life happen millions of years after the world ends. We just won't ever know that. All these planets that can sustain life, how do we know they never did sustain life? We don't really spend much time investigating those planets, which we really should, because for all we know, these might have some kind of underground society. I don't know, we probably ought to figure that out with some kind of technology. I'm not smart. But yeah, we need to check these planets out some more, because there could be the possibility that life existed before Earth, or can exist after Earth. And that'd be pretty cool. Who knows, aliens might have existed. And all these hieroglyphs, they were actual aliens, but that society has died out or something. And last but not least, definitely not least, I guess I saved the best for last because this one has a lot to do with some of the other work I do. What if stuff like homophones, similes, idioms, and rhymes were purposely created for people who are rappers or poets or advertising designers, people who use that kind of stuff? Like, they're purposely created for the sake of puns and rhyme schemes and poetry. Stuff like still and still, or bell and bell, or even better, light and light. So that's it for this time. If you like this video, like, comment, like me, subscribe. If you want to see more of my content, turn on that bell and all that fun stuff. And let me see what the green screen thinks. Hey, green screen.